The city has always been a sanctuary city, and we've always managed those who wanted to come to New York City to pursue the American dream.
For months, you've heard me talk about the fiscal challenges our city is facing as the costs of the asylum seeker humanitarian crises have skyrocketed, placing great strain on our budget. At the same time, COVID-19 stimulus funding is sunsetting. We have been clear that without significant timely action from our state and federal partners, we will be forced to make some tough choices. We added billions of dollars to care for the migrants. COVID funding is sunsetting, and we must close a $7 billion budget gap in the coming fiscal year.
Many New Yorkers we spoke to are disappointed by the cuts, concerned about safety and cleanliness. And as you mentioned, there will be fewer litter baskets on the streets like this one here on 2nd Avenue and 86th Street. You can see even with it here, there is still trash on the street.
It used to be cleaner.
I think it's terrible.
New Yorkers and tourists alike told us they've noticed more trash in the city, and it's likely about to get worse. A $5.5 million cut to sanitation means there will be fewer litter baskets. And it's not just concerns about a dirty city, but a potentially dangerous one. Also being cut, the next 5 classes at the police academy.
Nobody wants the cops to do anything, and now you're going to cut them more.
The number of officers is expected to drop by around 5,000, from nearly 34,000 to 29,000 in the fiscal year that starts next July. For people who frequent libraries, they will no longer be open Sundays. The new schedule takes effect at some locations next Sunday. The mayor has warned these cuts would be coming because of the growing cost of the asylum seeker crisis.
Well, it's now been more than a week since the home of Mayor Eric Adams' chief fundraiser, Brianna Suggs, was raided by the FBI. Mayor Adams was in Washington at the time, or at least on his way to Washington to discuss the migrant crisis with the White House. And he's been very, very critical of their response. But the minute he got to D.C., he canceled a meeting and rushed back to New York. You were on your way to D.C. when you got word that the feds raided your top fundraiser. I'm just wondering, was it coincidence that it happened that day? Or do you think it was suspect?
You know, I can't speculate on things. You know, we don't have the answer to so many questions. History allows us to reflect on what happened and how things happened. I had a mission to do. Thank God we built a coalition. The first time I went to D.C., I had to go by myself, but now we went with a coalition because there's a coalition now that's.
Yeah, but you're head in the coalition, and I think you're.
No, I was invited. Actually, I was invited by the Denver mayor. He organized that trip, and he set up the meetings. He did the coordination of those meetings. So I'm happy now that you're the geese, the goose who's flying. Your wings get tired. Now someone else can take the lead. I'm happy to see the Chicago mayor and the Denver mayor are now taking front and center and adding their voice to it. So it doesn't seem like this is only what Eric Adams is saying as the mayor of New York.
In retrospect, would you have handled that situation differently? Because obviously there was criticism that you got to D.C. and you turned around right away. Would you have done it differently today? No. My style of leadership is to be on the ground when things happen. What do you say to the New Yorkers who work, who pay taxes in this city, who can't afford health care? What do you say to those people right now as we, roll out the welcome mat?
Well, I think that what we are doing, there's no New Yorker that can't get emergency care if they need it. Our safety net hospitals, H&H, during emergencies, we don't turn people away.
I know, but we're going to be facing major cuts.
Oh, we are.
In the city.
We are, and it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot.
But is that fair to the people of New York City who work so hard?
No, it's not. No, it's not. And we fight on behalf of working class people, and all that we do, we have a working class people agenda, and it's not fair to them what we're seeing. And that is why we're asking all of our local electeds to raise their voices, to call on Washington to do the right thing for New Yorkers and other cities across the country.
Good luck with that.